Hey, it's UnevenNoble. And today I'm playing a bit of Minecraft. You may not know this, but my two favorite YouTubers are Brian and Mumbo Jumbo. Of course, quite a bit of knowledge of building myself. So today I'm going to show you how to build a really nice cave house. A really cool looking cave. Now, this will use some little magic. So, the deal is this. I am going to try and build a really nice looking thing. So, here's the idea. And I'm going to make a really nice fantasy cave. I'll use the mountains thing for this. So now we actually have our place. So, here's the deal. We have to build a really nice looking house. So, if you want to show me your build, fantasy or not, whether it be fancy, medieval, futuristic, or anything else really, then you can simply give me a link, and you give me a link to a YouTube video you make, and that should give you show you exactly Sorry. I think something must have gone wrong here. No. Okay, so buffet, mountain, done. Okay, new world, and I'm hoping this time I end up going into the ocean. Again, you can post your own build in as well. This is just my idea of a really cool looking fantasy base. Like in a cave or like glowing mushrooms. Oh. Sorry. I'll just quickly. So, it needs to be caves as well. Mountains, done. Then create a new world. Okay, so that's embarrassing. So basically, what I did is add a few really currently it's actually rather hard to build good base. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a base that really looks cool. I'm going to try and do my best to make a base of some kind of base that can actually work like as a good base. You know, I just need this to work. Okay, now we're in. Wait. Oh, God. I always forget one thing. Okay. Glowing cave house. I can't believe this happened. Okay, done. Go. And I am actually a huge fan of Minecraft. And I'm also a fan of Splatoon, which is it's a game that basically does stuff. Yeah. If you don't know what Splatoon is, then you may not have played the Switch. Oh. God. Why does this keep happening? It's just a cave. I think this is something that happens with the cave specifically. I can make other kinds of houses. Okay, here's what I was after. A really cool looking cave with this is what it looked like. Pretty good landscape. Actually, never mind. I'm not building a glowing mushroom house. I changed my mind. I'm going to make something a little bit more nice looking. Something a little more simple. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make a mesa. Is make a I guess I could make a Okay, what I decided I would make is some form of druid thing. So, what I'm going to do is make a swamp world. There we go. Now, we should be able to go straight in. Now, I know what you're thinking. Druid equals nature. Well, not necessarily. Druids are basically nature witches. And they, well, not exactly witches specifically. More so, like, druids are potion makers. Druids are like wizards and a certain group of wizards and witches that specializes in making beneficial potions. Hey! I'm making a video. Okay, about that. That's enough. Okay, so the basic idea of the build is this. You have to start by making the basic shape of the build. You actually need, oh god, you actually have to have a proper place to build it as well. Also, you may not notice, but I really dislike it. Like it. The sorts of people that like preying on other people on the internet just for some kind of evil purpose. Cause I'm one of those people that really dislikes it when people want to do bad things. So my idea is they could have so this would be my idea. Hey. Oh. Okay. This could be a basic mushroom that they could use in one of their potions. Now, this isn't exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a more glowy looking thing. Luckily, you can use blue wool in order to make a very convincing glowing mushroom. To make a very convincing looking mushroom. Also, here's my mushroom. Exactly the prettiest one, but it's just supposed to look like a mushroom. I'm just trying to make it look like a mushroom. So here's my mushroom. The prettiest. Of course, I can make a little bit of a stalk. A bigger stalk. And that can help. Now, there's a cow. Now, no DRUID'S is complete without a mushroom planter. Luckily, people can simulate these pretty easily using logs. I can simulate this with logs. Luckily, people apparently that won't work. That's me. I have to do it on the ceiling. Okay, it works on that. I don't get it. I guess people could have this. No? Who wrecked the system? You can't place mushrooms. So, what I decided to do instead is make some little plants using the little twisting vines. Utilizing the twisting vines, you want to make a really nice looking shroom. And you could have different times. Plans too. You can use the coral plants. Actually, maybe you can't. You could make a few twisty vines and add like a little bit of an item on top that makes it look like a mushroom. And you can use sea pickles to kind of the same effect. You can use this effect, this nice looking effect, using the twisting vines to also make clustering shrooms that look like things that actually look like clustered up mushrooms. Utilizing the power of the coral block, which looks like a bunch of red mush, which can be used to make a few grey mushroom caps, and then use like the weeping vine. An illusion. Well, apparently you can't. So that's that problem. Annoying. Now you can still use warped roots. You can use warped roots and sea pickles to make various crops, and as well as the crimson. You can use the crimson and warped funguses, as well as the sea pickle, along with the oak log, in order to make a very, apparently not. What you can do is make a bit of a smart. It requires a bit of thinking, but you can also use diorite to make diorite walls in order to make convincing glowing mushrooms. Well, not exactly glowing though. But we can fix that. We can use blue. Actually, maybe not. And this can actually be blue ice, giving off the illusion that is a mysterious shroom. Now, the idea here is that you're making a really nice looking shroom. With, of course, there are mods that add special glowing blue blocks, but this is a thing. But I can't use some of these techniques in the mods. So, and besides, I want to make tutorials that anyone can follow. So, that means no crazy mods. The only crazy thing here is how unlikely my video is to get likes on the first day. So basically, what I'm doing here is converting what I built into a new looking block. Since this blue ice actually looks really nice, I can't believe I made a pie. You can also use blocks like this to make convincing shroom. You can use, there are various blocks you can use to make convincing mushrooms and other plants. You can use crimson funguses and warp funguses to make other kinds of mushroom. You can also use the sugarcane. Actually, apparently you can't, because you can also use other techniques, such as this, in allowing to make a nice looking lily for potion making. Of course, there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of tricks you can do with various blocks. The reason I know a lot of build hacks is because, well, I pay a lot of attention to what other people say. Really. This looks like a very a very nice looking shroom for potion. This looks like a nice looking mushroom garden. You can even use the end rods in order to make an even better. You can use the end rods and various other items to make nice looking shrooms. Or to make these various mushrooms. You can even make them various colors. It doesn't just have to be the colors I show you in this video. You can make them whatever color you want. You can make purple, and you can make mushrooms of any color except most likely brown, green, or brown. Those colors would probably not make sense in a potion standard So this is what a basic mushroom farm in a druid's house would look like for a very competent builder. This, of course, wouldn't be obtainable in survival, since you have to actually get all this blue ice and all the bone blocks and other stuff. But you can do a lot with simply these blocks. You can use the mushroom block to make a very convincing druids. Something very convincing to make a druid place. You can use this brown mushroom block in order to make druid house. This is what a veteran builder does. Taking what he has and putting it to good use. This is how I'm making this build. I'm simply taking what I know best, which is, of course, I'm not expecting to get a single subscriber until I make a proper vid. I guess a lot of people, but again, a lot of people believe in unexpectancy bringing fame. Yes. Now, I know all the basic moves in building. Using brown mushroom blocks make a good block for a nice looking granite block idea, or simply for leather, you know. Of course, we could go a bit further by adding a few other things, such as adding a smart little trick. Since that mushroom is clearly very large, we can use blue ice in the same way we did with the mushroom to make it look like the roof is made out of the cap of these mushrooms, of these special glowing mushrooms. They won't exactly glow. Hey, it's always nice to believe. And you can make them glow. Or if you have the time to put a sea lantern or a shroom light inside. But this will mean you'll have to put it in the inside the block, which can which may not work. Of course, it can glow, but on the inside, in fact, it actually looks really nice when it's not glowing in the dark, because it seems to actually be glowing in the dark. As you can see, it kinda looks like glowing mushrooms. But you can go slightly further. By combining a few things, by using a smooth stone slab and a sulfide lantern, you can make it look like you can use lanterns, and there's a trick you can do by combining lanterns with smooth stone slabs and make it look like you're putting potions on shelves. Of course, this won't work unless you use the shape correctly. As you can see, with the normal lantern, so here's what it does. Here's the effect. When viewed from the outside, it looks like the skin itself is glowing. And it also looks like this mushroom is glowing. Which is why blue ice can be so useful. Remember, all blocks can be have a use. Blue ice only really, in fact, blue ice's main use is in this druid hut build, using by complementing the fact that you already have a mushroom that uses the blue ice block. Now, here's how it works. Now, you can use this blue ice, obviously, but you can also make it look like the skin is hanged off hanging off the logs. With this neat trick. This trick involves using the blue carpet, which in a way allows it to look like the tips of the mushroom skin. So this is what I built so far. Now all I need to do is add windows. Now, for Druid's Hut, obviously most people would go for normal windows, but I have standards, so I'm using white, specifically white windows. This is a trick that allows for fenestral style windows. This trick means that you can make it look like you're not using glass, as glass is an artificial resource that requires a lot of refinement, and druids don't do refinement. So my aim for this tutorial is partially to teach you some basic strategies when building a certain theme for building. For example, for a medieval theme build, if you want to make it look like a poor man lives in it, or another poor person. If you want to make it look like a poor person lives in there, or if you want it to look like they don't do refinement, you can use white stained glass in order to make a very convincing fenestral window illusion. You can even use the jungle doors to make it look like they've been handcrafted. Because oak doors look like they were crafted they needed some kind of ridiculous. Yeah, what I don't get is how you can use this. This is a setup I obviously really do enjoy. So, I hope you learned a bit from this thing. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. So, goodbye!